Welcome back, everybody, to one of my best series. This is my first recording of What If Deku had a Jaeger part. What was it, 3 now? Yeah, this is one of my best ones, for sure. I really do love it. Sure you want to stop hearing my voice. Without further ado, it is What If started. And let's get right into it. So, Deku wakes up from his little coma kind of thing. Up to see, Ida standing over him. Holding his hand and holding up the mech, all by himself. A bit of pride and nice in his soul a little bit as he sees Ida doing this. Thinking, wow, he's doing good. But then he soon realizes that he just suddenly collapses. As does his face too. As he realizes that he's pretty much boned. So he goes out, as the red flashes and stuff, he gets out and brings Ida to everybody else. And he's like, yeah, I think he's fine. As all the medical professionals on the basically helicarrier pick him up. They take him away. And he feels really bad. As such, he feels that this drives him forward to try to become better in the future. And never make a stupid mistake like that before. What the hell was that? He says, what? The engine thing. And he's like, oh, that thing? I can build that easy. They're like, we want one. And then everybody else wants one. He's like, I mean, I can create smaller ones. Ida's like, no, you idiot. Stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. I can already tell that you're getting yourself into much bigger shit than you need to. And he's like, fine. He's like, have the engineers do it for you ever again. Alright? Jesus Christ, don't you go overextending yourself now. Deku's like, go and heal yourself up, dude. Don't you care about me, but okay, I'll respect it. Sure, fine. They're like, yeah, no, Deku, you gotta go. Straight up, you're in trouble now. So he goes to, All For One's office, right? As he sits down, All For One's like, I heard that they were asking for your engine. I'm willing to help. And he's like, willing to help? What do you mean? I'll make dozens of them for your friends. I think they'll like it very much. Now, I'll need something in return, however. Now that all my engineers are working on these prototypes, I need more people to help teach. What are you exactly saying here, All For One? Welcome, teacher. Oh shit. That's the least I could do for a punishment on you. He's like, oh no, I gotta work on my stuff. He's like, you can do that while teaching. Damn it. Well, so, go and help your friend. Jesus Christ. Oh shit. And let's start beeping, red lights everywhere. Scouting mission needed. Scouting mission needed. So basically, he's like, yeah, you're the only pilot that we have, and your exoskeleton is kind of broken right now, and Ida cannot work right now. You need, we've downgraded your mech for the time being so that you can actually handle it in your head. You don't have to do the mental handshake anymore because of how little there is actually on your mech, but you might die. He's like, oh, fuck. He's like, yeah. See ya, cadet. He's like, oh my god, what do I do? So he goes, he gets into the newly anointed Gypsy Thruster. I know, weird name. Don't think about it that way, please. I love the name, sorry. Now he goes and drops into the ocean, right? Now he's checking around, seeing where it is, as the helicopters start to float away on the sea, he checks in with the helicopter, saying, "Where is he? Tell me where he is." He gets all but static. Wondering where they went, he looks around him as the lights that they had given him black out. Something was happening. Come in! Jesus Christ. Come in, Deku. I'm here. Jesus Christ. What is it? There's a cruise ship nearby. We believe it's going to attack that. But where did my helicopters go? Good luck, soldier. Can you not hear me? As he looks around, he finds the cruise ship. Standing in front of it, looking around, he sees nothing. Until a huge shadow starts to loom over his lighting. A gigantic claw crushes him under its weight, smashing him into the ocean, as he's not waterproof, so he's not made for this exactly. Fine. As he's floating above the water, they had given him some armor. Very thin ones, at the very least. Telling him, "It's your job now. Good luck, cadet." "Yeah, I've heard it before. Just drop me here." Causing waves for miles, he drops down into the water, waiting for something to pop up on his map. Though nothing happened, he was notified that there was a cruise ship nearby. But I'm walking there. He felt uneasy. All the dark night sky around him seemed to just nothing fill the void. Singapore City didn't even shine a light on it. There was nothing. As he asked for light support from the helicopters, they never respond. He says, "Helicopters? Where are they? Deku, behind you!" A huge shadow looms behind him. A claw comes out of nowhere, crushing him down, spiking him to the seafloor. Very far away, he gets back up. Out of the water, the muck all around his exoskeleton. He looks around again, waiting. Turn on my lights, exterior. As they blink, as they flash to turn on, he can barely even see anything anyways. This didn't even help. Still waiting for it, he sees the cruise ship in the distance. If I can just make it, as it bashes him into his back again, sending him flying through the water. Drifting onto the open ocean, he gets back up saying, "The fuck?" Oh! His back was critically injured. Basically all of his exterior armor was cleaved through. What the hell was that? A gigantic hump starts moving through the water as you could see it now. Leg lights turn on in 3, 2, 1. He goes for a gigantic downward reverse uppercut, smashing down on top of the shell. It didn't even budge. If anything, the eyes start to leer out. Crab eyes. As it starts to light up, as 5 vertical lines start to charge up on its back, as it fires out a huge lightning wave. Deku dodging it, but being absolutely terrified afterwards. The explosion behind him was massive. He could not tell what the hell it was, but he had to kill it now. He grabs one of the eyes, as this must be your source of power, eh? He puts one of his gigantic foot against it, causing a gigantic shockwave that rattled the boats around him, kicking it over and over again into it until it recoils back into its shell. "That's right, you slug," as he keeps on punching it and punching it. As he continues punching it and punching it over and over again until he almost runs out of energy. It comes out of its shell, spinning around, knocking him off of his feet, and around into the water around him. "This is getting really annoying, you know." as it thrusts one of its claws into his shoulder, peeling off the armor on it. It grabs his other shoulder. No, its incredible grip strength starts to crush his right shoulder under its sheer pressure and size. It was machine, but it was still connected to his pain sensors. Everything was hurting. He could not take it anymore. He finally just kicked its leg as hard as he could, brutally bruising the skin of it, making it shriek a little as it recoils a bit. He says, "Finally, my time." He kicks its mouth in. "How about this, you slug?" Kicking into its mouth. It doesn't even react. It just stares at him and grabs his leg, going around and around, swinging him. "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then lets go of him, throwing him as far as it can. Him smashing into the city. The sheer weight and force of himself clashing into the city almost destroyed the interior of his mech. Everything. It was light, but not that light. All the weight distribution's off. Everything is dead. He can't do anything. As he gets up barely, trying to get back to the sea, he cannot. As he watches the cruise ship be destroyed from afar, his heart sinks. He couldn't do it. The thing's unstoppable. It has unstoppable defense and incredible attack. There's nothing he can do about it. He's just one pilot. He can't. As he sits in a forward position, staring at the cruise ship being destroyed and mutilated by the crab monster. He can't. He stares down at his hands as he imagines all the blood of the innocents on that boat on his hands. He can't even look. He's nothing. He's just a cadet. He didn't sign up for this. He didn't do anything to earn this. He just wants to go back when all these kaiju were gone. And to all the people that he had crashed, all the buildings that he had crashed into, all the people in there had evacuated, running away from him. Except one girl. One single girl that walked up to the mech, playfully touching his foot of the mech. All the pain sensors had been overused. Of course, this causing huge pain to him. He wonders what's at his foot. As he looks down, all he sees is a small girl touching a giant. "Girl, you should get out of here." She says, "Why?" "The monster. It's coming. All of you need to run. This is my home. I cannot." As seeing this little girl stand up to him and touch his foot, he hears a huge scream. In the distance, the crab monster is charging at the city, using a part of the cruise ship as a battling weapon. It charges towards the city. On the outskirts of it, it waits. As you can tell, you wanted a battle? Alright. You got one! As he forces his mech to get up, all of its shambling pieces falling off of him. Shit! Falling back down to the ground, almost crushing the girl. He excuses himself as he tells the girl to get out of here. She runs straight to the Shadow Dome that was stationed there in Hong Kong. But as he looks towards where she was running, he sees mechs. 2 of them, exactly. A blue? No. What are those? The kaiju is still destroying the whatever that cruise ship was. His curiosity has him now. He can't look away. He runs over to the scrambling pile of mechs, finding Chierno Alpha named one of them, and Crimson Typhoon on the other. A gigantic blue fin bulges out of both of them. This must be the scrapper yard, he says. Never heard about this one. Yo, that's actually cool. Shit, my mech won't work. I have to feed him somehow. If he wants a fight, he'll get one. He gets to work, smashing together whatever he can find onto his mech. Most of the parts of Crimson Typhoon he found were super technologically enhanced, as the rest of the scrappers started to try to fight for it. But then he pointed to the kaiju saying, "You idiot! We're all going to die anyways. Now let go and let me save your asses." They're like 15-year-old, jeez, damn. As they hear the roar from the thing as it finishes off the cruise ship finally. He says, "Damn it, you wasted too much time. Now we're all going to die." They're like, "Well, we don't want to die." He says, "Well, then help me, goddammit." They're like, "Well, how do we just build this shit? Force it onto the mech if you have to. Just put it on." As they just start randomly building as many slabs of freaking iron that they can, slapping those things onto the old gypsy. He says, "I'm gonna have to return here someday. You guys are good workers." They're like, "Just please save our city. Please." He says, "Good. Right. If you wanted a fight, come and get one. Just beat him already." Okay, Jesus Christ. As he gets back up, his legs wobbling from the sheer intensive, freaking weight that was just put on him. But as the claw bashes into him, he immediately falls onto his ass. But nothing. He felt nothing. "Idiot! With this, finally I can beat you!" He picks himself up again, getting knocked down and knocked down and knocked down. But no matter how many times he was knocked down, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Until he finally just bashes straight into his face, ripping off one of its eyes. Of its many eyes, he uses it as a melee weapon, throwing it at the other eyes, blinding it with its own blood. As it hides into the water, he says, "That's it. Water." As he goes behind it, picking up its exoskeleton, it starts to zoo. Shit! As he chucks it as hard as he can, he throws it on its bottom side into the scrapper pile. All of its weight started to crush itself, but it wasn't enough. He barely got on it, taking up the gigantic blue spike, taking it up and slicing it down into its heart, killing the beast. As he hops down, he tries to grab onto one of the eyes to slow him down, but instead rips it open, causing crab meat and blood to go everywhere. The girl was still watching, being covered in all of this blood. Was uncomfortable, to say the least. He says, "Thank you. You brought me strength." She says, As he walks away, he goes back to the base, all tattered and worn. All of his armor starting to seep off as, he had to be carried by helicopter because of how heavy he was. Even they were struggling to pick him up. Once he gets back, Ida pats him on the back, being very proud of him for actually fighting with one person. Just one person. And he says, yeah, hiding the fact that he had very much, dots on his back from having to, the strain of doing it one person. he sniffs a little bit, and he just immediately goes back to teaching class, even though he's pretty mentally scarred from that shit. But yeah, he says he teaches his class about how to build one even better now that he knows that all you need to do is have more armor now. But that is not all. Simply, it just teaches them a lot about all the mechs and stuff, and about the history of all the mechs. And suddenly, a speaker comes over saying, "We have some new guests and teachers. Welcome, the Typhoon Brothers," or whatever their name were. They, two brothers come in, both Chinese, saying, "We'll take this class over, don't worry." He says, "Wait, what? This is my class." "Do not worry. It'll be fine." The other one, takes his coat or some shit, just trying to be as polite as always, just hangs his coat up, just, goodbye. It's like, whoa, was that the Crimson Typhoon Brothers? What? Holy shit. And Ida's, giggling in the corner. He's like, yes, I want to be a student right now. I so want to be a student right now. Come on. As he's, fanboying over them. Deku's like, oh, God. Oh, God, I gotta get back to my classroom. But yeah, all he hears is Bakugo shouting at the top of his lungs by the end of the day. And they start to make their own mechs, The Bakugo and all the rest of them. So I predict that Bakugo and Kirishima would both make a mech that it can set itself on fire remotely by them, and then Kirishima can harden the outside of the body so that it can last longer with the blasts coming off from it, and it can basically eviscerate anybody that it kind of hugs. Death hugs, they call it. And then there's all the teachers are like, yo, we should try them. And I doubt Aizawa would want to make one. I think Night I can't remember, but the tape dude and Mina make one, and it's very fast one that has skates, and it's really small, but it can tape up buildings, and make them make people, the giants, trip on themselves and crush themselves under their own weight. So it's supposed to be doing that and shit, and it can tape up their legs so that they can't move. It's a very helpful robot. And very small too, around bigger than the Scrapper, but much smaller than even some of the smallest mechs. But then that's two of them, and I feel like that's all I really need for now. I don't even have to go over Minetta's right now. I don't even want to. But yeah, Deku, while they're taking care of his students, he goes back to that graveyard. Seeing as all the people there had now unified under kind of one sovereign rule, defending their homeland, and they actually started making mechs. Well, horribly to say the least. But as he goes there, he kind of sees them trying. As they had seen him save their city, they started making tiny mechs, ones that they battled themselves, and said, "Whoa, they're learning." And he actually invites his scrapper kids from the graveyard to help these ones learn, help them understand and how to build. So they do that, and they all start to get along, start making stuff, and he's like, you know what? The Shirano Alpha and Typhoon thing, I'm not going to use anywhere here. What if I just... He starts building, and building for days, receiving all of his help from the Scrappers. They started making his engine better and better, that now it didn't need personal strife to unlock its person's quirk. Now the quirks would be automatically upgraded into the robot. And of course he gets in trouble from All for One for, shirking his duties, but, he's also making shit, so All for One's happy about it, but he says, it's going to happen soon, okay? Have an eye on him, he tells Aizawa. As Aizawa's overseeing the whole place, Deku finally makes his own mech, one completely built from the ground up, using the exoskeleton of the gypsy, replacing its stomach with the cockpit, getting rid of the head, and replacing it with the gigantic fin of the blue, of whatever it was. As he figures out later, it was from Romeo Blue, one of the best mechs out there. One of the first for America's win. First of America's win. Inspired by this, he makes the fists out of Cherno Alphas. And inspired by the crab, he makes the fists instead inverted, so that they make crab shapes with the hands. The sheer pincing force of those could grapple around anybody and crush their heads. Then he also, from the crab, he has the exoskeleton crafted mixed between the Cherno Alpha and the crab. Its outer defenses are completely made out of the crab's exoskeleton, and then the inside is made out of the Cherno Alpha and the design. So it's completely mixed between those. And then the engine is also, and then its core is made by himself. Deep nestled inside there, right next to the cockpit, is his core, one that he has defined himself, using solar power to activate the nuclear engine, inspired by Cherno Alpha's sheer engine output. Although he cannot directly replicate the roll of quarters style of fighting, he could make this work. As it directly powers all of the systems, it does not have to go through any of the issues that Cherno Alpha or Crimson Typhoon had to go through. Since it can be solar powered to cool itself, that gets rid of all sorts of weight distribution problems. And plus that, he also has the Crimson Typhoon's ability to stabilize itself. Now, with all of these combined, his legs completely fail. Immediately trying to use it, he failed because of the mind link is so harsh on him that he instantly falls down. Not only does that happen, his legs are completely destroyed. Ida comes back and helps him back up, patting him on the back, saying that the rest of the students are doing great. Their new teachers are doing probably even better than us. Now that they actually get the basics that we taught them, it's pretty easy for the Typhoon Brothers to help. He says, really? Tell the Typhoon Brothers thanks, though. For what? You'll see. Ada, I need your help. What are you doing this time? Oh, nothing. Whenever you say nothing, that means something. What did you destroy? Just the legs, okay? They go back and forth about that for a while, until Ida agrees to help him, use this new mech. Helping design the legs, Ida says that if it automatically upgrades to his quirk, then maybe it needs 3 legs. Deku accepts this and makes 3 legs on the new on the thing. Although this will destabilize the connection that they need. The Typhoon Brothers say, that is a good plan. It could help. As the other one says, yes. Although it will be hard to keep the Neuralink connected, but if you have a strong balance, it can be done. As they check out the mech, they're very excited. Would this be a Type 8? A Type 9 even? Deku says no. It's made from the Type 4 and yours, the Crimson Typhoon. Both of them looking at each other and looking back at Deku. Very impressive, kid. Wow. Wish we had you on our team. Except our idiot brother. He's not an idiot, He died like one. He shouldn't have risked himself for us. Deku's like, I'm not even gonna get into that. They're like, well, what would it be then? How about a Type 1? It is made purely from Cherno Alpha's original idea, just expanded upon. I guess that would work, yes. The Type 1, hey? What a throwback. They're constructing Type 8s right at the Academy now. They're doing quite well. Good, good. Ida, you ready? As always. Let's go. And that's where I'll end it off there. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. This was What If Deku Had a Jaegar, Part 3. I am so excited. I love Cherno Alpha, and I love Crimson Typhoon. So that making both of them, I don't even know what to call it. I think I'm just going to call it the... Yeah, I just looked it up. There's one that looks exactly like mine. I forgot that I saw it, but yeah, it's basically that, the Marina Starlight. Yeah, I forgot that I completely just copied it. Sorry, whoever made that out there. I completely copied your idea on accident. I'm sorry, but that looks fucking amazing. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.